हम स्वागत करते हैं माननीय डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी एंड अर्थ साइंसेज एंड हेल्थ एंड फैमिली वेलफेयर आपका, और मंच पर पधारे सभी गणमान्य सम्माननीय महानुभावों का हृदय से स्वागत करते हैं। हम हृदय से स्वागत करते हैं माननीय राष्ट्रपति श्री रामनाथ कोविंद जी का। बहुत बहुत स्वागत है माननीय आपका आज के इस कार्यक्रम में। और अब राष्ट्रगान होगा। हम हृदय से अभिनंदन करते हैं माननीय राष्ट्रपति श्री रामनाथ कोविंद जी का। स्वागत है माननीय डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी एंड अर्थ साइंसेज एंड हेल्थ एंड फैमिली वेलफेयर। स्वागत है रिस्पेक्टेड प्रोफेसर के विजय राघवन, प्रिंसिपल साइंटिफिक एडवाइजर टू गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, प्रोफेसर आशुतोष शर्मा, सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, डॉक्टर रेणु स्वरूप, सेक्रेटरी डीबीटी, तथा डॉक्टर शेखर सी मांडे, सेक्रेटरी डीएसआईआर एंड डीजी सीएसआईआर। आज सारा राष्ट्र राष्ट्रीय विज्ञान दिवस मना रहा है। आज हम नोबेल लॉरिएट सर सीवी रमन को श्रद्धा से याद कर रहे हैं। आज ही के दिन रमन इफेक्ट की खोज की घोषणा की गई थी और इस वर्ष का विषय है विमेन इन साइंस। राष्ट्र प्रगति के इस समुद्र मंथन में अपनी सेवाएं अर्पित करने वाली साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी से जुड़ी उपलब्धियों को, हस्तियों को हम आज नमन करते हैं, जिनका योगदान न्यू इंडिया को अपनी अमृतमयी पहचान बनाने में सहायक बन रहा है। आज इनके उत्कृष्ट प्रयासों को माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी के कर कमलों द्वारा पुरस्कृत किया जाएगा। सबसे पहले अब हमारा आग्रह है रिस्पेक्टेड सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी प्रोफेसर आशुतोष शर्मा से कि कृपया स्वागत संबोधन दें।
Honorable President of India Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, Honorable Union Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences and Health and Family Welfare Dr. Harshvardhan ji, Professor K. Vijay Raghavan, Principal Scientific Advisor, Dr. Renu Swarup, Secretary DBT, Dr. Shekhar Mande, Secretary Department of Science and Industrial Research, distinguished awardees, scientists, students, media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the entire science and technology family, I am delighted to extend all of you a very hearty welcome on the National Science Day celebrations. We are very grateful to Honorable President for his compelling vision and strong support to science and technology education, R&D, innovation, and entrepreneurship, and development of scientific temper. He has often said that science is best when it is inclusive across age, education, geography, gender, and socioeconomic strata. It is with this vision that the theme of the National Science Day is chosen to be Women in Science. This would bring greater awareness, focus, and action across the nation on our clear and present challenges and opportunities for women in STEM areas. We are indeed thankful that Honorable President has kindly consented to launch 3 new initiatives on creating the level playing field and to fashion the next gen leadership for women in STEM. These initiatives took shape by the vision and directions provided in the meetings of Honorable Ministers Dr. Harshvardhan and Srimati Zubin Irani, both of whom are exceptionally committed to this cause. On the National Science Day, we recall, we celebrate, and be inspired by the life and works of Sri C.V. Raman, which retain their relevance even today. On this day, let us also acknowledge all the scientists who have toiled hard to bring pride and prosperity to the nation. Let us acknowledge our progress as a nation with deep foundational strengths in science and technology. This is also reflected in our rapid climb to become number 3 globally in the number of scientific publications. Friends, on this Science Day, let us resolve to widen and deepen our science and technology footprints for quality and relevant science, leading to inclusive growth. Jai Hind.
धन्यवाद प्रोफेसर शर्मा। खुल के उड़ने दो मुझे हवाओं की तरह, दिल से निकली रोशन दुआओं की तरह। आज न्यू इंडिया महिलाओं की आकांक्षाओं को उड़ने के लिए नया आसमान दे रहा है। साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी विभाग द्वारा महिलाओं पर केंद्रित क्या क्या इनिशिएटिव्स लिए जा रहे हैं, आइए इन पर देखते हैं एक छोटी सी क्लिपिंग।
भारत में विज्ञान, प्रौद्योगिकी और नवाचार के क्षेत्र में महिलाओं की हिस्सेदारी विकसित देशों की तुलना में काफी कम है। लेकिन साइंस, टेक्नोलॉजी, इंजीनियरिंग, मैथमेटिक्स में महिलाओं की भागीदारी किसी भी समाज के समेकित विकास के लिए बहुत जरूरी है। भारत का विज्ञान एवं प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग इसी लैंगिक असमानता में सुधार की शुरुआत करने जा रहा है। जेंडर एडवांसमेंट ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस यानी गति शैक्षिक और रिसर्च संस्थानों में महिलाओं की भागीदारी बढ़ाने हेतु उचित परिवेश तैयार करेगा। गति में 20 से ज्यादा उच्च श्रेणी के विज्ञान और तकनीकी संस्थानों में जागरूकता, प्रोत्साहन जैसे अभियानों के द्वारा एक ऐसा इकोसिस्टम तैयार करेंगे जिससे लैंगिक समानता सुनिश्चित हो सके और सफलता के आधार पर संस्थानों का मूल्यांकन किया जाएगा।
विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग ने छात्राओं को विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी से जोड़ने के लिए विज्ञान ज्योति की शुरुआत की है। इस योजना का उद्देश्य मेधावी छात्राओं की विज्ञान, प्रौद्योगिकी, इंजीनियरिंग और गणित स्टेम में भागीदारी को बढ़ाना और समान अवसर प्रदान करना है। योजना के प्रारंभिक चरण में देश के 50 जिलों के नवोदय विद्यालय और आसपास के सरकारी स्कूलों की 2500 प्रतिभाशाली छात्राओं को साधन और सुविधाएं उपलब्ध करवाई जाएंगी। साथ ही प्रतिष्ठित संस्थानों, IIT, NIT जैसे शीर्ष संस्थानों, प्रयोगशालाओं में साइंस कैंप के माध्यम से अपेक्षित अभिरुचि और दक्षता भी बढ़ाई जाएगी। इससे छात्राओं में पैदा होगा आत्मविश्वास और साथ ही मिलेगा अनुदान, छात्रवृत्ति और उचित मार्गदर्शन। बेटी बचाएं और उसे इतना पढ़ाएं कि उसके करियर में विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी के पंख लग जाएं।
भारत का विज्ञान एवं प्रौद्योगिकी विभाग महिलाओं के लिए विज्ञान और तकनीकी संसाधन उपलब्ध कराने के लिए एक ऑनलाइन पोर्टल भी शुरू कर रहा है, जिससे महिलाओं से जुड़ी सरकारी योजनाओं, छात्रवृत्ति, फेलोशिप, करियर परामर्श एक ही विंडो पर उपलब्ध हो जाएंगी। साथ ही इस पोर्टल पर विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी के विभिन्न विषय क्षेत्रों से जुड़े विशेषज्ञों की जानकारी भी उपलब्ध होगी। ये विशेषज्ञ स्टेम से जुड़ रही महिलाओं को हर स्तर पर परामर्श और मार्गदर्शन उपलब्ध कराएंगे।
Honorable President Shri Ramnath Kovind ji is launching 3 schemes for empowerment of women scientists and to produce the future leadership. The schemes will holistically address the needs of women scientists, which are related to culture, related to finance, bringing in confidence, motivation, training and inspiration.
अब राष्ट्र की वैज्ञानिक उपलब्धियों और बुलंदियों में महिलाएं भी होंगी बराबर की हिस्सेदार।
भारत की बेटियां चढ़ेंगी अब विज्ञान की चोटियां। अब हमारा अनुरोध है ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी एंड अर्थ साइंसेज एंड मिनिस्टर ऑफ हेल्थ एंड फैमिली वेलफेयर डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन से कि कृपया हम सबको संबोधित करें।
Respected Rashtrapati Ji, Professor Vijay Raghavan, Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India, Professor Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary DST, Dr. Renu Swarup, Secretary DBT, Dr. Shekhar Mande, DG CSIR, distinguished guests, invitees, awardees, ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media. Let me at the outset express my gratefulness to respected Rashtrapati Ji for accepting my request to grace the occasion today. Thank you so much, sir. Today is a very special day for the entire scientific community when the nation is celebrating National Science Day in commemoration of discovery of the Raman effect by Sir C.V. Raman, for which he was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1930. Sir, I am delighted that DST has selected the theme of this year's National Science Day as Women in Science. We must move on from tokenism to totalism when it comes to establishing gender parity in Indian science. As per the latest data published by the UNESCO Institute of Statistics, only 29.3% of the world's researchers are women. In the last few years, there has been a special focus on women and young scientists by our government. The DST and DBT have special schemes to empower women scientists and entrepreneurs. DST's scheme called Kiran aims to bring gender parity in science and technology and addresses issues relating to mobility and training of women scientists. We have an ambitious program called CURI, Consolidation of University Research for Innovation and Excellence in Women Universities, through which research grants are provided to women universities to develop research infrastructure in science and technology. Sir, I am grateful to you for launching today an important scheme called Vigyan Jyoti to attract, encourage, and retain young women in the underrepresented areas such as engineering and mathematics in the top institutions of the country. Sir, my three ministries have made some outstanding progress in recent years. I am happy to share that as per a recent National Science Foundation USA report, India has already climbed to the third spot in the number of science and engineering publications. Sir, it is a matter of pride for all that one of our institutes, Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research in Bangalore, is judged 7th in the quality of research by the Nature Index. Our goal is now to build on such deep foundations of our science for a rapid, inclusive, and sustainable socio-economic growth to aid in our beloved Prime Minister's vision of $5 trillion economy by 24-25. To do this, we have worked on several schemes for enhancing the quality of research, empowering of young and women, technology development, creation of an end-to-end startup ecosystem, bringing the best of global science to India, linking of academia, research, labs, industry, society, sharing of scientific resources, and science communication. The Department of Science and Technology launched a number of new schemes to empower young researchers. These include National Postdoctoral Fellowship, Early Career Research Award, Overseas Doctoral and Postdoctoral Fellowships, Teacher Associates for Research Excellence, etc. These schemes have almost doubled the opportunities for young and aspiring researchers to carry out R&D in their chosen areas of science and engineering. A scheme called Upsar, Augmenting Writing Skills through Articulating Research, is encouraging young scientists to write popular science articles based on their research pursuits. To boost innovation, a national program called NIDHI, National Initiative for Developing and Harnessing Innovations, has created more incubators, startups, and opportunities in the last 5 years than in the last 50 years. To encourage young students to think innovatively, a new program, Manak, Million Minds, Augmenting National Aspirations and Knowledge, has been launched in 2018 to target 10 lakh students every year from class 6th to 10th, which is to be scaled up in numbers and also to include classes 11th and 12th later. An ambitious national mission on cyber physical systems has been launched this year to ensure nation's preparedness in the disruptive areas such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, Industry 4.0, and robotics. These, together with other missions in the disruptive technologies such as deep ocean exploration, quantum systems, energy storage, and gene editing, will create unprecedented opportunities for our young and dynamic scientists to work on securing the future. While making progress in the new disruptive technologies, we should also work to further scientifically develop our traditional knowledge systems in such areas as health and well-being, water conservation, environmental management, and sources of local livelihood. Sir, DST has formulated a policy for scientific social responsibility to reach out to the widest spectrum of stakeholders of science and technology with knowledge, human resources, and infrastructure. This will assist and empower the less endowed sections to unleash their latent capacity, and potential. Sir, the Indian Council of Medical Research is making concerted efforts to strengthen health research capacity of the country through a network of viral research and diagnostic laboratories, multidisciplinary research units, and model rural health research units. ICMR was instrumental in timely detection and successful containment of the recent Zika virus and Nipah virus outbreaks. We did not allow Ebola to enter the country in 2014, and now we are successfully trying to ensure the non-entry of coronavirus in India in 2020. ICMR is addressing the rising burden of non-communicable diseases at top priority level through programs like India Hypertension Control Initiative, India Cancer Research Consortium, Stroke Network, etc. Sir, I am happy to inform that the Department of Biotechnology has made remarkable progress in the area of human resource development and capacity building, generation of new knowledge, translational research, and in nurturing of biotechnology startup ecosystem. The department's support to competitive R&D activities in biotechnology has resulted in more than 12,000 publications, 170 patents granted, and around 600 technologies and products developed. Sir, I am pleased to inform you that CSIR has been contributing to nation building from several decades and continues to provide innovative solutions. BioCatalyst, developed by our Central Leather Research Laboratory, helps in processing leather in an environment-friendly way and also drastically cuts the time taken to process. CSR scientists have developed a novel gene editing tool that can edit DNA while avoiding unintended changes and have been able to correct sickle cell anemia. Sir, We made some outstanding progress in the field of weather and climate in recent years. Our forecast accuracy for tropical cyclones has been comparable with global benchmark. Sir, the new India would bring newer challenges. I call upon the scientists all over the country to join the national endeavor to find science and technology-led solutions to the problems to meet the challenges of the 21st century. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। जिस तरह से तिरंगा अपनी कमान से जुड़े रहकर सर आसमान की ओर उठाए रखता है, उसी तरह से न्यू इंडिया अपनी जड़ों से जुड़े रहकर सर प्रगति के आसमान की ओर उठाए रखता है। राष्ट्र प्रगति के महायज्ञ में अपनी सेवाएं अर्पित करने वाले वैज्ञानिकों को आज माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी के द्वारा सम्मानित किया जाएगा। हम माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी से विनम्र आग्रह करते हैं कि कृपया ये पुरस्कार अपने कर कमलों द्वारा प्रदान करें। माननीय कृपया मंच के सामने आने की कृपा करें। National Science and Technology Communication Awards, National Award for Outstanding Efforts in Science and Technology Communication through Print Media including Books and Magazines। ये पुरस्कार 2 विजेताओं को दिया जा रहा है। डॉक्टर सूर्यमणि बेहेरा, उड़ीसा। डॉक्टर अमिया राजबोंगशी, असम। National Award for Outstanding Efforts in Science and Technology Popularization Among Children, ये पुरस्कार 2 लोगों को दिया जा रहा है। श्री दीपक शर्मा, उत्तर प्रदेश। किसान सेवा संस्थान उत्तर प्रदेश, श्री अतुल कुमार शुक्ला। National Award for Outstanding Efforts in Science and Technology Communication through Innovative and Traditional Methods, ये पुरस्कार 3 लोगों को दिया जा रहा है। डॉक्टर महेश वर्मा, NCT of Delhi। डॉक्टर S. नागराथिनम, तमिलनाडु। Dr. Rajendra Kumar, IARI, NCT of Delhi. National Award for Outstanding Efforts in Science and Technology Communication in the Electronic Medium, Dr. Uma Kumar, AIMS, NCT of Delhi. Augmenting writing skills for articulating research अवसर के अंतर्गत अवसर आउटस्टैंडिंग अवार्ड इन पोस्ट डॉक्टोरल कैटेगरी का पुरस्कार मिल रहा है डॉक्टर जोईता सरकार, सावित्रीबाई फुले, पुणे यूनिवर्सिटी, महाराष्ट्र को। अवसर अवार्ड फॉर पीएचडी कैटेगरी के अंतर्गत प्रथम पुरस्कार की हकदार है मिस क्रिस फेल्शिया, सेंट्रल लेदर रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट, तमिलनाडु। साइंस एंड इंजीनियरिंग रिसर्च बोर्ड अवार्ड्स सर्व वुमेन एक्सीलेंस अवार्ड पुरस्कार विजेता है डॉक्टर नीति कुमार, सेंट्रल ड्रग रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट, लखनऊ। Dr. Deepa Agashi, National Center for Biological Sciences, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Bangalore. Dr. K. Geeta Rani, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Seed Division Award, National Award for Young Women Showing Excellence Through Application of Technology for Societal Benefits. इसमें 2 पुरस्कार विजेता हैं डॉक्टर श्वेता रावत, DRDO, दीपास, दिल्ली। डॉक्टर श्वेता रावत। Dr. Shalini Gupta, IIT Delhi. कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी और सभी विजेताओं को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। अब हम माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी से विनम्र विनती करते हैं कि कृपया हम सबको संबोधित करें, हम सबका मार्गदर्शन करें।
यूनियन मिनिस्टर फॉर साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, अर्थ साइंसेस, Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshvardhan, Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, Professor K. Vijay Raghavan, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Professor Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary, Department of Biotechnology, Dr. Renu Swaroop, Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, and DG, CSIR, Dr. Shekhar C. Mande, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am glad to participate in the National Science Day celebrations. Our nation has a long and glorious tradition of scientific inquiry. From ancient times to the medieval era and then the modern period, this land has been home to exceptional minds who have pushed the frontiers of human knowledge. Their works form a rich treasure of our scientific and cultural heritage. Since independence, India has placed a special emphasis on promotion of scientific temper. Our Constitution itself has enshrined this attitude as a fundamental duty. It is, thus, the duty of every citizen of India to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. Do you know how did the National Science Day celebrations start? I was told that the Department of Science and Technology received a letter from a science enthusiast suggesting celebration of a National Scientists' Day on the lines of the National Teachers' Day. Acting on this suggestion, I am told the central government decided to celebrate the National Science Day from 1987. The day chosen was February 28. That too has a special importance. It was on this day in 1928 that Sir Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman announced his path-breaking discovery of the phenomenon of the scattering of light known as the Raman effect. He was honored with the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1930, making him the first Asian to win the honor for any science. The Raman effect led to the growth of a new discipline, Raman spectroscopy, which has now become a powerful tool for a wide range of scientific investigations and industrial applications. I gather India today stands third after China and the US in terms of the number of publications in Science Citation Index journals. Ladies and gentlemen, the basic purpose of the Science Day is to spread the message of the importance of science. There are two aspects to it: science in itself as quest for pure knowledge, and science in society as a tool for enhancing the quality of life. Both are, of course, interlinked as scientific attitude is common to them. It is through science and technology that we can effectively address challenges of the environment, healthcare, energy for equitable economic growth, food and water security, and communication, to name a few. Challenges before us today are multifold and complex. The increasing mismatch between demand and supply of various resources is likely to lead to conflicts in future. We all will have to rely on science and technology in our search for sustainable solutions to these challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, I am particularly delighted to note that the Department of Science and Technology has chosen Women in Science as the theme for this year's National Science Day. In my view, women empowerment is essential for development of the country. I prioritize to attend functions which are organized to empower the women. I am sure that this function would sufficiently disabuse people of the nation that women cannot excel in the field of science and mathematics. This platform would also spur meaningful discussions, debates, and result-oriented actions across the nation on this important and urgent matter. Many women have been making impressive contribution in the field of science and technology in India. In my recent visit to Sriharikota range of ISRO, I came across a woman scientist so dedicated to the Chandrayaan project that she left her 6-month-old son with her parents and joined the mission. ISRO's Mars orbit mission known as Mangalyaan is also an inspiring example of women's capabilities in the areas of science. I also have had the opportunity of conferring an honorary doctorate on Dr. Tessie Thomas, who is known as the Missile Women of India. Despite the presence of such highly motivated women scientists, India's R&D workforce has less than 15% women compared to the global average of 30% according to a National Task Force report. Numbers are no different in science and technology teaching institutions. Only a small percentage of women who study science go on to make a successful career and contribute to this field. In order to encourage women to take to higher studies in science, I have substantially enhanced the representation of women in central universities as visitors nominee. This step is taken to create a favorable environment of higher studies and employment in faculty positions for women. Ladies and gentlemen, on today's occasion, I am also delighted to launch 3 new initiatives for gender advancement and equality in our academic and R&D institutions. The first is called Gender Advancement for Transforming Institutions, that is GATI. It will assess the progress made by participating institutions in gender advancement based on well-defined parameters. The second initiative is an online portal for science and technology resources for women. It will provide information on government schemes, scholarships, fellowships, career counseling, and details of subject area experts from various disciplines. The third initiative, called Vigyan Jyoti, is to create a level playing field for the meritorious girls in high schools to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in higher education. I commend the efforts of the Ministry of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences under the leadership of Dr. Harshvardhan. I also appreciate the endeavors of the Ministry of Women and Child Development, especially in the area of women empowerment. I also congratulate those who received the national awards today for science and technology, communication and popularization, and for excellence in application of technology for social benefits as well as augmenting writing skills for articulating research. Ladies and gentlemen, on the National Science Day, let us resolve to enhance quality and relevance of our scientific enterprise. Our science must work for our people by contributing to their development and well-being. One of the ways to do is to increase the direct interface of science and society. We should aim to reach all the stakeholders of science and indeed society at large with all the tools, knowledge, manpower, and infrastructure in our universities and laboratories. I am happy to learn that the DST has been working on this path. On the lines of corporate social responsibility, the department is developing the concept of scientific social responsibility and turning it into a policy. It will involve voluntary activities like sharing scientific infrastructure, mentoring college faculty, fostering research culture, and organizing young students' visits to top laboratories. Public lectures and dissemination of popular science through various media can greatly enhance such public outreach. Let us remember that the fruits of scientific research will make the best impact only when they reach our less privileged institutions, our youth, our women, and our socio-economically weaker segments. On this day, let us resolve to make science an instrument of inclusive progress that respects and indeed harnesses the power of diversity of 1.3 billion people. You and the young students and scholars in the audience will do well to remember the advice C.V. Raman offered to young graduates in 1969. I quote, "We need a spirit of victory, a spirit that will carry us to our rightful place under the sun, a spirit which can recognize that we, as inheritors of a proud civilization, are entitled to our rightful place on this planet. If that indomitable spirit were to arise, nothing can hold us from achieving our rightful destiny." Unquote. My best wishes to all of you for all your scientific endeavors. Thank you. Jai Hind.
कोटिशः धन्यवाद माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी। आप सभी से निवेदन है, कृपया राष्ट्रगान को सम्मान देने के लिए अपने स्थान पर खड़े हो जाएं। एक बार हमारे विज्ञान के धुरंधरों के लिए, सभी अवॉर्डीज के लिए जोरदार तालियां हो जाए, इकट्ठा सब मिलके। जैसा कि मैंने बताया है कि न्यू इंडिया जिस तरह से गतिमान है, आगे बढ़ रहा है, उसमें ये सभी लोग अपना अपना योगदान दे रहे हैं, उस महायज्ञ में अपनी सेवाओं की आहुति दे रहे हैं। तो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी भी कहते हैं कि अगर हर एक भारतीय एक कदम आगे बढ़ता है तो जो हमारा भारत है वो 125 करोड़ कदम आगे बढ़ जाता है। तो आज न्यू इंडिया उसी दिशा में गतिमान है। कभी सुना है सूरज के रथ का घोड़ा थक कर चूर हुआ, कालखंड के लाख थपेड़ों से ध्रुव हटकर दूर हुआ। सूरज का घोड़ा कभी रुकता नहीं है। कभी सुना है सूरज के रथ का घोड़ा थक कर चूर हुआ, कालखंड के लाख थपेड़ों से ध्रुव हटकर दूर हुआ। नन्ही चींटी वजन उठाने से घबराई, कभी नहीं। किसी बीज ने मिट्टी में दब जान गवाई, कभी नहीं। दग्ध मरुस्थल में जिद्दी जड़ हो तो भू को छेद दे, सीप ढूंढने स्वाति की एक बूंद अनल को भेद दे। कदम कदम में कटी असीमित, कदम कदम में गति असीमित। वाणी में आह्वान है, थाम तिरंगा करो घोषणा हिंदुस्तान गतिमान है। थाम तिरंगा करो घोषणा हिंदुस्तान गतिमान है। माननीय मंत्री जी का एक बार हम फिर से हृदय से स्वागत करते हैं। माननीय, अब अवार्ड दिए जाएंगे आपके कर कमलों द्वारा। आपसे निवेदन है कृपया मंच के सामने आने की कृपा करें। पहला अवॉर्डी यहाँ जाए। फर्स्ट अवॉर्डी अवसर अवार्ड फॉर आउटस्टैंडिंग स्टोरी अंडर पीडीएफ कैटेगरी। ये पुरस्कार प्राप्त हो रहा है डॉक्टर चंद्रन रेतनाराज, मरीन बायोलॉजी, रीजनल स्टेशन, जियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया, चेन्नई को। जोरदार तालियों से इन सभी साइंसदानों का एहतराम करें, सम्मान करें। अवसर अवार्ड में पीएचडी श्रेणी का द्वितीय पुरस्कार जा रहा है 2 लोगों को। श्री आनंद अभिषेक, CSIR सेंट्रल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंजीनियरिंग रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट पिलानी। श्री सयंतन सुर, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ दिल्ली, दिल्ली। अवसर अवार्ड पीएचडी कैटेगरी का तृतीय पुरस्कार दिया जा रहा है 3 लोगों को। श्री अनिर्बन सरकार, चित्तरंजन नेशनल कैंसर इंस्टीट्यूट, कोलकाता। श्री चित्रंग दानी, जवाहरलाल नेहरू सेंटर फॉर एडवांस साइंटिफिक रिसर्च, बेंगलुरु। श्रीमती एमएल भव्या, CSIR सेंट्रल फूड टेक्नोलॉजिकल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट, मैसूरू। राजेंद्र प्रभु मेमोरियल शील्ड फॉर साइंस, मीडिया एंड जर्नलिज्म, ये पुरस्कार हासिल कर रहे हैं श्री दीपक शर्मा। माननीय, अब हमारा आपसे निवेदन है कि कृपया रिमोट का बटन दबाकर भारत के संस्कृत नक्शे का विमोचन करें अपने कर कमलों द्वारा। माननीय, अब नक्शे की प्रति का भी विमोचन अपने कर कमलों द्वारा करें। ये जो है सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया ने प्रिपेयर किया है, ये नेशनल मैपिंग एजेंसी है डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी के अंतर्गत। माननीय मंत्री जी, अब कृपया भारत के हिंदी नक्शे का भी विमोचन करें रिमोट का बटन दबाकर। और माननीय इसकी प्रति का भी विमोचन करें अपने कर कमल द्वारा। माननीय आपसे निवेदन है कि कृपया कंटिन्यूअसली ऑपरेटिंग रेफरेंस स्टेशंस नेटवर्क का भी विमोचन करें रिमोट का बटन दबाकर। Continuously operating reference stations network is a key positioning infrastructure being established by Survey of India across the country, starting with states of Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka and Maharashtra. आइए देखते हैं इसके बारे में एक छोटी सी फिल्म।
Without location information, Earth's imagery is nothing more than a stack of digital pictures. Thus, georeferencing is necessary before the processing of spatial data. For georeferencing, the precise position of ground control points is a must. Traditionally, GNSS observations have been used to identify ground control points, which is a tedious task that requires simultaneous observation and may not always provide accurate data. Thanks to Continuously Operating Reference System, or CORS, the problem of that accuracy and real-time data requirements can now be addressed.
Our CORS network is a geopositioning infrastructure which provides seamless, consistent, and uniform reference framework for the country.
Looking at the importance and usefulness of the technology, the Survey of India has started establishing a countrywide CORS network.
We are going to establish about 200 CORS network in the state of Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Uttar Pradesh. And by the end of this year, we hope to take it pan-India, except where the communications are still not established. And we hope to provide a very accurate geopositioning infrastructure for the country.
CORS network has a wide application in the development of India. It will help in the construction of large infrastructure projects and in generation and updation of revenue maps, which is one of the major problems faced by the country today.
So this is going to be a big game changer as far as the surveying and mapping and monitoring is concerned within India, which is very much required for various drainage planning, watershed management, irrigation projects, or you can say any major infrastructure project, road, rail, or canal system, or the smart city surveys.
The CORS Control Network Station is an important part of this positioning infrastructure.
Network solution software is deployed in the control center, which makes use of all these CORS station data. And we have started with the 2 states CORS network. Disaster recovery site will be there for this control center at the Hyderabad. And this main control center we established in Dehradun.
CORS network facilitates network RTK technique for providing GCPs, which not only improve the speed, efficiency, and simplicity of in-house data acquisition process, but also act as a driver for reliable data collection by authorized crowdsourcing.
While in RTK, we kept base station on a known point. It compares its position with the carrier phase it is capturing and rebroadcast on web using encrypt servers. Rover, on other hand, using internet, accesses these corrections and compute its own position in comparison to carrier phase it is observing in real time.
Network RTK takes the overall productivity to the next level by overcoming the limitations of the current RTK technique. The system will also augment with the NAVIC network along with other GNSS networks. When the NAVIC system improves, dependence on foreign satellite systems will be reduced, making India a self-reliant nation.
माननीय मंत्री जी को स्मृति चिन्ह प्रदान करने के लिए अब मेरा निवेदन है सचिव महोदय आपसे कि कृपया आज के इस कार्यक्रम की मधुर यादें के स्वरूप माननीय सचिव महोदय आपसे, रिस्पेक्टेड सचिव महोदय से निवेदन है माननीय मंत्री महोदय को एक मेमेंटो भेंट करें।